Mic check. Hello, hello.
Well, yeah.
Mike, you there?
Oh yeah. Let's do this.
You ready to do this?
Let's do this. Let me
All
get
right.
this on you.
All right. Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 9th issue of The Standard. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. It is March 15th.
Damn it! I forgot to bring I should have brought up some rolls of toilet paper for the background. Damn it!
Oh wow! You know what? We're actually gonna talk.
I got handy wipes and all. Darn it. Okay.
You know, and that's the thing is we're actually gonna take some time today to talk about toilet paper and talk about wet wipes and the essentials. You know, the essentials.
Yeah. Look at Six says, "Damn, Jerome has that deep Barry White voice." That's right.
Oh, Six, you have no idea. No, just
nice.
It's also because I'm just waking up and I have my morning voice on. Oh, I have the wrong colors. I need the standard colors. There we go.
There we go.
Sorry. Yes, but good morning, everyone. Again, welcome to the 9th issue of The Standard. Today we have a few topics to talk about. Probably have a good conversation.
I would just real quick, where I'm operating from Studio 1. Studio 2 is down at the moment for a moment. No coronavirus infection going on.
I'm glad to hear that.
My brother ate something that did not agree with him, and it persisted through the night. So he just said, "No, guys," and it's no brainer, no problem at all.
Yeah, of course. Yes. So again, let's kind of start this off.
We're doing number one.
Yeah, let's do number one. Before
and you this is courtesy you after I spoke to you yesterday.
Yeah, Mike and I had a conversation just about me really complaining about the prices of phones. This has been a running trend for I don't know the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
The prices of phones is something that has, you know, being someone lately, especially who has been very broke, and seeing the prices of phones go up, it's very concerning for me, and it's also it frustrates me a lot. So I guess where we're going to start is we want to talk about the prices of phones. We want to talk about how companies mark them up. And a lot of times absurdly high rates. There's always pushback from people when I talk about the prices of phones, and that pushback is, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it, which is fair enough, right? If you don't like it, don't buy it.
It opens up a lot of other questions I want to discuss with you. I'm a little bit of the devil's advocate. I'm gonna, I got my own little twist on things, so
Sure.
I'm gonna.
No, and I appreciate it. And so usually when people tell me that the prices of phones, if you don't like it, don't buy it. My quick pushback on that is that doesn't mean it's like, sure, yes, don't buy it. Don't spend the money on a phone if you can't afford it or if you think it's too high. But my argument to that too is, we shouldn't just sit there and let them price it at whatever they want.
Let's start off with the graph. Can you share both graphs by chance?
Share both graphs?
Well, see the one, best one is the breakdown of the costs, and of course the S line is being the one that we're focusing on at this moment.
Yeah, well, so this is an article here from 9 to 5 Google, and this is about the Galaxy S20 Ultra, and it talks about the production cost of this phone. And so actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to zoom in. I keep forgetting what that shortcut is for zooming in, but this will work.
Okay.
So if you guys can see this, this is the price. So, okay, just again, to reiterate, the price of a S20 Ultra is in the US is $1,400 US, and the total cost to produce it. Oh, I don't need these earphones anymore. Wait, yeah, I do, because I'm talking to you, Mike. I'm not talking to myself. This isn't TNT Joe.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm letting you go ahead. You go.
So yeah.
That's it. Just shut Mike down.
No, but so look at that, right? The price, and I'm actually glad you found this because I didn't know this existed. So to see this makes me happy. The price of an S20 Ultra is $1,400 US. The price to produce it is $528.50. So wow, less than half the cost to produce it. To make
now, just real quick, switch over to the S10 from last year.
The S10 from last year. This is the second article, right? Okay.
Right.
So let me zoom in on this too.
So now, it's like $100, roughly $100 difference.
Yeah. So 420. Oh, I see where you're going here.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So $420 to make the S10 Plus. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what there's. Mind you, though, in the disclaimer, I could not find a chart representing the Snapdragon version. This is using the Exynos version cost breakdown. But you know, Exynos is in-house. How much more would have been for the Snapdragon version? I don't know. We can only speculate and kind of like go, throw another $100 on it. I mean, throw another $30 on top of it because it breaks down by color. And the last color at the very bottom is $70.
Right.
Application processor and modems, which you're referring to the chipset.
Yeah.
Okay. So, wow, I just saw that now. Memory, $50.50 for memory.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Why is that not integrated into the chipset? I would think. I don't know. Is it a separate chip? I don't make phones. I don't know. But
actually, I'm surprised. Where is the pricing, or is this memory? This isn't talking about storage, right? Where storage isn't even listed here, unless that's what they're
referring to. I guess memory, RAM, memory and RAM in both baseband processors. I'm looking at the other thing here.
Yeah, I mean, on both of them. Let's see. I'm just trying to see because they're not talking about even non-electronics.
Well, the thing where I wanted to go and probably, I don't know. I'm curious how you're going to take this. Is okay. The Ultra alone, 528 for the phone to make. That's actually rolling off the assembly line and sitting there, not even packaged up, not even boxed up. Mind you that these phones are made not here in the United States. They're made in some other country. Yeah, wherever, not just saying one country.
That's also to help bring labor prices down,
right? But bringing that phone here across the seas, storing that in a warehouse, having the knowing that you got the right amount of product on the shelf to fulfill those orders. Sure. Marketing, people who are out on the well, look how big Samsung throws the big shindig they do every time they have an unbox event. Yeah. So what I'm getting at is now, after you do a lot, just think about all the things that go into it. Does that $1,400 price still outrageous, or do you think still they're still being greedy?
I still think it's outrageous. I really do. I get what you're saying because marketing plays a big factor in making these products. I understand that. There's a whole marketing thing. There is, just whatever costs are associated in transport and everything. But to be fair, right? You're right. I don't
have tariffs now. Do we have to worry about tariffs in this equation?
I mean, we probably do. And
what I mean?
These are things that I don't know all the numbers for. You don't know all the numbers for.
We're all sitting here speculating too. But in their defense, could that phone maybe be $1,200 and they walk away with $200 profit? Don't forget too is I go back to, after a while, these phones sit on the shelf and they're not. And when they start not to sell, that's where I like to call it the fire sales. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now it becomes a more reasonable price, but are the companies losing some kind of money? What gains I mean, they're making money in other ways. They're giving us devices. We mentioned in many ways. This is their way of getting us to use their services,
Right.
too. So
Yeah, I mean, they're in the market for more than just making these phones, right?
yeah.
Getting in their ecosystem, signing up for whatever subscription that they
Mhm.
offer. But I don't know, man. I just think that what they are pricing stuff for is still way more than, and again, like Google is a perfect example here because they'll price something at $800 and then now they sell things. Well, now the prices are up a little more this or right now because I think that Pixel 4a might be dropping, and so
Mhm.
that's why I've seen the prices go back up for the Pixel 4
Mhm.
and the Pixel 4 XL.
You ain't going to
um,
see a sale. You ain't going to see a sale on that for a long time.
Yeah, no, for now, I think it's probably going to stay where it's at
Mhm.
because the 4A is coming, or the 4A. I don't know if the 4A XL is coming, but regardless,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I see what you're saying, and I understand wanting to just say let them price it at what they want to price it at, and then let's just wait for the good deal to come by. Um, it
Yeah.
is tough. It is tough. It's
Mhm.
tough because again, maybe I'm just kind of being old school and I'm just like, well, I used to pay less than $400 for a brand new phone and those days are gone. Like,
Mhm.
can we say that those days are gone to buy a flagship phone at $500? Or I no, okay, here no, actually here's a perfect example. When I was doing TNT Joe-Fi on Thursday, I was talking about a couple phones that were selling in India that had a Snapdragon 865 and it had really high end specs and they were going for super cheap, super cheap.
Mhm.
I can't remember the
But wait a minute, they're
prices.
super cheap. They're super cheap and have high end specs, but they're not flagship built devices. Okay, they're
So
not
they're
that
just high
premium.
end spec phones.
Well, right, just like the One Pluses that come out, and everybody barks. Oh wow, great price, but it doesn't have wireless charging. It doesn't have IP certification. The camera is okay. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So,
So,
but to get
what
that
are those?
price point,
But
you
what are
know,
those prices? So you're saying because it's not IP68, because it doesn't have the best display, that means they get to charge an extra $400 or $500 on the phone. Do
who's
you,
charging extra?
a
Like, well,
Samsung or Google or
yeah. Well, supposedly there's other things that go into making IP rating that even OnePlus said there is a bit of keep costs down. Didn't aim kind of not outright say it, but they did say it.
Mhm.
You know, and what my other spin, as you saw in the notes, is what about these cheaper phones? How much profit are they really making too on these cheaper phones? If that costs, if going back to Moto G, for example,
Mhm.
the G7 was $299 when it was new.
Yeah.
So how much did it really cost to make that phone and ship
And
it
how
here to
much
the States?
profit are they really? Okay, well, I
You
mean,
know?
it's a great point. So let me ask you though. Okay, so let's say this S20 Ultra is 528.50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um I don't know how much it costs for marketing and labor or whatever, but do you think at 13.90, I'm asking you, do you think at 13.99 that is a fair price?
Uh,
So the easy answer here is, would you spend $1,400 for a phone? And your answer is probably no.
no,
But do you think them
no.
pricing it at $1,400 is fair?
You do smell profit being still packed into it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Again,
mean?
I have, and here's the thing, guys, is like I have no problem with a company making profit. I have a problem when a company is grossly making profit, or they're making profit and the people who are producing it, like they're not getting paid fair. Like that's what I have an
Mm,
issue with.
Of
Um,
the other factors that involve bringing that profit in.
yeah,
You're saying,
because I is the price to satisfy the shareholders? Because I don't care about these shareholders. I don't care about the stock prices. I don't. Like, what I care about is like, hey, you make a good product, you support a good product, you make something that like that helps our economy, that helps people like have a job. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I strive for, because it's
Mhm.
like, hey, this is how you run a company. This is like, be a good example. It's something I guess I felt with Google back in the day, and I just don't
Yeah.
anymore. And that's really what I'm trying to get down to. Like,
No.
if I knew that they were really, if I knew that this phone was worth that much and the prices were where it was supposed to be, I'd be like, sure. But I'm looking at this $528.50 price point, and then I think about the $1,400 that you have to buy it for, and I'm like, no, like, there's no that price margin gap or whatever is so big, like that. I mean, let's say,
But it's not cheap though to still bring that phone in. I mean, it's still costing him
sure,
it's costing him money. And
sure,
like I said, the other things that are associated, from promotions to staffing to, you know, I know that, this is not Apple. This is not Apple, but Apple has stores. So they got storefronts. Now they're paying rent. Apple's paying rent on, well, then again, look at Apple. I mean, they're just ridiculously huge. And it's just not about phones. They sell other things. You know what I mean?
yeah, right.
So does Samsung, but nowhere is on the lines of what Apple does. But still,
Mhm.
there's costs incurred having that building there, having that store, having those employees,
Okay,
having the, what I
yeah.
mean?
No. Okay, so let me ask this then. So this S20 Ultra 52850, the
Mhm.
S10 Plus 420, right, to make. How much did the S10 Plus price at when it first came out?
I thought it was 999.99.
So a
Yes, it
thousand.
was $1,000. Then 899 for this S10, and then the big woohoo was the 749 E model. By the way,
Okay.
hit up Brian. Thanks for coming into the stream. Brian's got a great point, and I don't mean to jump, but
No,
this is the
go
thing.
go
This is
ahead.
where the companies really put their efforts into. Brian says a Xiaomi sells for a loss
For use
to
of
use
their
their
service.
services,
Yeah,
which
no.
we don't experience that here Xiaomi wise, but we do experience it with Google services and Apple, and even if you get into the Samsung stuff I talk about, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
at a point you get there, but let me just finish my point
Go
here.
ahead, go ahead, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So the S10 Plus, $420 to make, right?
Hmm.
$420 to make. You're saying it's sold at $1,000, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Sold at $1,000, and then this year, now their price goes up $100, right?
What?
You would assume for
What?
the S20 Ultra.
Oh, I mean the product to make
Yeah,
$100. Yes,
it costs
yes. Mhm.
$100 more, and now all of a sudden, that instead of, you would think in your head, $1,000, if the,
The $1,100 phone instead.
yes,
Hmm.
but instead they're like, no, let's now push it to $1,400,
Hmm.
and again, that's where I'm just like, no, something is wrong here. Like, it's just, and I don't know, that's where I have a big issue with, and but again, to your point, marketing, labor, all that
Right.
stuff. And then again, to your point, this is why we're probably better off waiting for the better deals to come out. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah. Um,
I'm looking at I'm looking at really the let's look at the some of the things and how they break them down. Like
mhm.
it was like $107.50 for the baseband processor plus the baseband processor just below it in the applications
Yeah.
for $107. Now I'm
Mhm.
looking here in the S10 plus it shows $70. Now that's where somebody called the new term, the new phrase I'm going to think we're going to be hearing is the 5G tax. We're going to be
5G tax.
we're
Yeah.
going to be hearing that because it's a big swing from 107.50 to 70.50 from the year
Mhm.
before.
Yeah, I see that.
Now I'm looking here at display S10 plus at 8650. And now they're saying the display costs them only $67 to make on the S20. Now,
Yeah.
what in the world? What in the heck happened here? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm assuming that, well, I don't know, because it's a newer display, right? That has 120 hertz refresh rate. It is also Samsung made, right? So
I would think so. I would hope so.
yeah,
Yeah.
so their costs are down. But also what's interesting, I think, is this battery thing,
Mhm.
right? So you have the battery here that sells for $7.50.
Makes sense. Right.
Imagine if we had a removable battery, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's such a cheap part, because even last year's battery says here it was $10.50.
$10.50. Yeah.
That it's such a cheap thing to replace, but they don't give that to us,
Mhm.
because why would they?
Yeah.
I
And
don't know.
I see Will here saying, OnePlus is going high this year because they're adding 5G. Again, it gives the companies a reasoning why we're going to increase prices.
Yeah,
Hence the tax term.
but that's some marketing bullshit. That's not you. I
Hmm.
mean, it's still, at the end of the day, we're still talking about $528, and then all of a sudden it's $100 more to make than last year, and
Hmm.
then now the price goes up an extra $300, instead of. Yeah, it's just a tough thing for me to
Now
swallow.
now I'm just saying, let's compare. Let's see. Like LG, for example, they had their release of the V60
Mhm.
announcement. No big brouhaha, courtesy though too of the coronavirus. I think they were going to announce it at NWC.
Yeah.
So that kind of shot down. So they did a thing over in California. Low key, no big, probably a can of Coke and a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? To a select few who were there.
Uh-huh.
And that phone, I think, is coming at a you know courtesy of Samsung having $1,400. That phone could be coming way underneath $1,400. Could be 1,000. Could be 1,000, and it could cost them just the same amount of money to make that phone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, totally
So
get it.
so
Well, let's kind of wrap this up here.
sure.
Let me ask you one last question.
Hmm.
Uh, this time next year, um, what do you think? What do you think this S20 Ultra? How much do you think you can get for this phone when the new S30 or whatever they want to
What
call
we're
it,
going to call it?
S21? Yeah,
I was safe to say you'll be still in 1,000. The Ultra will be still in 1,000. I'll say 1,000.
$1,000. That's kind of where my head was going.
I'd
That
still say 1,000. They're going to discount it heavily. I
thousand
mean, they're going to
thousand bucks.
discount it heavily, but it's just I always go back to they throw in the kitchen sink to try and get you to buy the earbuds, the case, the other maybe I'm seeing all the time getting nagged on my S9. Get a new phone. They try and throw in Sirius XM if you get a new phone.
Mhm.
Those because I are a part of the Samsung family kind of thing. There's
Sure.
all those internal perks. So heck, I just saw buy one get one free. BOGO
Yeah.
over on
Oh,
T-Mobile. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna start to come out, and
Mhm.
it's not surprising.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I don't know.
There's somebody says if you just don't buy, stop complaining, just don't buy it and say I'm not buying it. But I
Mhm.
think people need not to know. People need to know. Again, hold on, champions of the tech world standing up now. That people need to know that there's other choices,
Yeah,
and that's
oh,
the problem
definitely.
because when that commercial rolled out for T-Mobile, that flashy new S20, get the hot new thing, the S20, and by the way, buy one get one free with 2-year line of service, and get an extra line, whatever.
Yeah.
So they hit those people with that. They don't. Okay, I think I can afford another line. Oh, and the phone costs me $42.95 a month. Oh yeah, I can afford that too. You know what I mean? Until
42.95 a month.
I'm
My
just joking.
God.
I'm just
No,
throwing
I
it out there,
know,
but
but
it's probably
still,
not that much.
that
But you think about it, it's going to be like that. And then about 3 months in, and then the car breaks down, and the heater takes a dump, and all of a sudden you're like going, "Oh man, I got this, I got this $300 a month bill here.
Yeah.
What the hell I got myself into?
No, exactly.
But
Exactly.
meanwhile, the G8. I'll give you the LG G8 or even even right now the OnePlus phone.
The OnePlus
OnePlus phone is under $500 right now.
Yeah.
The OnePlus the big the Pro came back to I'm just picking T-Mobile for example.
Wait, wait,
But
wait,
all
wait. The OnePlus
7T whatever the OnePlus 7
Pro.
yeah, the first one that came out in the beginning of 2019.
Oh,
They
really?
finally pulled it from the shelf for whatever reason. Now it's back. I saw the thing last week. It was saying it came back.
For
But
how
I'm
much?
saying, how much? $499, I think it is.
Interesting. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just
But there is a great phone. It's going to perform very well. It's going to be supported for. I mean, granted, it's under a T-Mobile. It's a T-Mobile variant, but eventually will be supported. You know what I mean?
yeah.
There's a bunch of other, but they don't show you that. They don't show that. The only time you see those other phones like the Samsung A20 or the A10e is on Moto or not Moto, Metro or
Metro.
Cricket. You know what I mean? I got a thing I forgot to share with you guys. I got a thing downstairs, 4 lines for $100 and free phones.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
4 lines, $100 and free phones. Now, granted, they're probably not,
They're not the best
they're not,
phones.
but
still, that's an affordable price for people who just need a phone.
These phones are not like 2 years old. These are current budget phones.
Yeah. No.
But
great points.
so
well, let's go through the comments here real quick. Just
please do.
As we transition into our next story, because that took almost half an hour to go through.
Yeah, I know. This is where
which is great.
I miss my brother. I'll say it. I this is great, but I miss my brother. He'll be hopping all over this stuff.
I hear you. I do appreciate the great. It's a great conversation to have about this kind of stuff. So, 6 says here, as long as payment plans exist, prices will go up. I can see that because saying $25 a month sounds a lot better than paying $1,000 offhand. Although I still think that's not how it should be.
Wait till about pricing. Wait till we get to the deal of the week, deal of the day, deal of the week.
Yeah. No,
I got a good one. I got a good one for us
for sure. I'm just seeing here. Let me see. 6 also says OnePlus is getting up there. They're going to reach $1,000 sooner or later, sooner rather than later. I see that too. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's coming. Didn't the Nexus 4 have wireless charging? It did. My Nexus, I remember using some kind of. They had the special wireless charging pad for it. It's been a while though. So 6 says we have other choices, but there's a thing called marketing, and if those other OEMs don't do the adequate marketing, you can't blame the average consumer for going with Apple or Samsung. I mean, that's the world we live in, right? Like, spend the money, get the marketing, get your name out there.
Right.
But yeah. Again, and I think that gives us a reason to be where me and Mike are today, so we can share other things that might not be as marketable and talk about how well they do and see if it's a better fit than what your big name brands are putting out there. So anyway, let's see. So what's up, Mike?
No. I was catching something. Go ahead.
Yeah. So let's move on, right?
Sure.
You wanna go through our second story here?
Our second story. So Jerome, what are you doing being you're quarantined to your house?
That's the thing is,
what are you doing keeping yourself busy all this time?
I'm not quarantined to my house. That's the thing is I am still everyone knows where we're going here with this, but I am still living my life pretty normally at this point.
Right. Well, you're fortunate you don't work for a company that says, okay, you're not allowed in for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You don't have kids going to school, That's
what I'm hearing everywhere. Like, everybody who's going to school's canceled, right?
Yeah.
People have to work from home. Like, these are things that a lot of people are kind of happy about, but it's also such a weird time because This
then
is
then you
a
figure to take a trip to the store and see your shelves completely wiped out, you
That
know?
is the weird thing. That's
Yeah.
the weird. And so yesterday I was at a birthday party for my cousin's son, and me and my other cousins and other friends who decided to come, who because some people didn't come, and fair
Mhm.
enough, because people are worried. Um there's kind of a panic going on, and my cousin's husband, he said it in a way. He's like, there's two different types of people. They're the people that'll still shake your hand and say this is not a big deal, and then there's the other side that will not touch you at all.
It's covered
and
in
he's like
plastic.
yeah, he's like, there's no in the middle here. You're either
Yeah.
one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, there is no
um
real middle here.
yeah, but I've been trying to. So the only thing I've been trying to stay away from is, like, I try to stay away from being around, like, when I see my mom or like some of like my aunts and uncles who are on the older side,
Mhm.
because I because I use the train and I use public transit and I'm around people a lot. Um I Part of me feels like maybe I have it. I don't know. I can't afford to get tested
Mhm.
because I heard they might start doing testing for free now. I don't know if that's really the case or not, but I'm just trying to keep my distance away from people. Have you heard of this term, social distancing? This is what people
I
are
heard
using now.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so you shake hands with your elbows.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody walked up to me, was joking around with me, and I didn't get it. She's doing this. She's doing. I'm like, oh, what the hell are you doing? Is that the chicken? You're doing the chicken clock or something like that? I had no idea what they were. Then I got to explain. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So I am keeping my distance.
My other question was, with all this going on, what are you doing? What are people? And I wanted people in the comments, and I try to get people. I know it's 9 a.m. and stuff, but I wanted the people to get involved and kind of put in there. What are you doing? What's your spin? What do you gravitate to that? Boy, I have the time to do this. There's no sporting events because I mentioned that in there about Will. Will and I were talking. My man Will was bored. My man was bored because there were no sports on. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
that's
then
right. That's
like
good
I
for
don't.
him.
He says I cancel Netflix now. I go, you dude. There's some great stuff on there. He goes, I'm the only one who was watching. And I said, well, go up, re-up it. Because I gave him. There was one show. Netflix has a great documentary called Dirty Money. If
Uh-huh.
it,
I haven't seen it.
it's worth it. It's worth it. But oh my goodness, some of the stuff they cover, especially one. But though I watched the one for with Donald Trump, I didn't finish it all. But when he talked about Atlantic City for me is an hour away, not even that.
Mhm.
And to see what I know what went on here, and then to see the inside story on how he just. I'm not going to get into it, but anyway, it was a great story. It was really great to watch.
That's interesting though. Yeah,
Uh,
I haven't had the time to really go through
yeah,
streaming stuff.
well, I mean, when I wanted to know first off, what are people doing? Here's an opportunity. I mentioned here, Stadia comes to mind, a gaming service that
Is
hold
dead.
on, wait a minute. I don't hear a goddamn thing from Google saying, "Hey, look, we got this game system." Not even put it out there saying, we know you're home, stuck at home because of quarantine situation, but we got this great gaming system. There's nothing like that. There's a this opportunity for some things. But on the other hand too, have anybody noticed an issue with their internet connection? How about,
Oh, like, has it gotten worse because
worse
everyone's
because
just
the
been
load is,
home?
yeah, people are being told to work from home. You know what I mean? The kids, they're all doing their thing. They got some kind of device that's connected to the internet, streaming TVs. You know what I mean?
I
It's
feel like people are gonna go stir crazy. I feel like it's a lot of time at home, and actually, my cousin yesterday, one of my cousins brought up a great point and said this might be a new generation of boomers,
oh yeah.
because people
Mhm.
are just gonna be home and there's nothing else to do.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah. We're going to baby boom for sure.
but yeah, I didn't even think about that. It is a weird time. It
Yeah,
it may
mom. Sorry, I just saw a
no, no.
mom's in there saying I'm playing with the Roku more and discovering more things.
Yeah,
Go get
there
him,
you
mom.
go.
Go get him. I told you, you can't break it. There's always a home button to take you back if you think you're going to break it. Because mom was like, I'm afraid. No, stop, mom. Mom, talk about cutting the cord. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I had to take the boxes and the remote from Comcast and take them away and said, "This is it. This is all you have left."
And
And she's
that's my
good.
mom too.
Yeah.
She's actually been enjoying YouTube TV. So
Yeah.
I'm happy. And she's been using Amazon Prime now, the
Mhm.
whatever or streaming service that they have.
We're
So
taking little steps with my mom. You know, little steps. Here go. I gave her a block of stuff to here, watch his stuff, and we'll go from there. And she's as long as she's got live PD, she's happy.
yeah, there you go.
Oh
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah, I got her hooked up on that. So oh
Yeah.
wow, mom stuck around on the con 30 some minutes into it, and you didn't leave, mom. Thanks.
It's 'cause the conversation's
Yeah,
good. There you
yeah,
go.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think with a lot of people at home too, I mean, it might give people an opportunity to use more social platforming as far as like, oh, maybe I'll do the YouTube thing I've always wanted to do. Maybe I'll do the Twitch thing I've always wanted to do because now I'm at home and I'm not allowed to go out or do anything. So I don't know.
I'm not allowed to go out and do anything.
Well, there was a story. I think it was a kid in Illinois, in like suburban Illinois, but suburban Chicago, where he ended up getting the coronavirus and he had to be quarantined at home because he wasn't really feeling ill effects,
Mhm.
right? But he had tested positive, and he still he snuck out of the house and went to a party, and he was 18 years old who had it, and I think he ended up getting hospitalized because he had trouble breathing, because he had the coronavirus, and he just decided to he was going stir crazy at home and snuck out of the house because he felt fine, and who knows how many more people he infected.
Mm.
Have you know what, actually there's a website that's really interesting. Did you get a chance to watch and I or watch or listen to the Joe Rogan podcast about
No, you were telling me about that. That's going to be I'm going to listen to that on my drive into work tomorrow.
it's just crazy because they talk about the doubling rate, and they're like, yeah, you don't think much about it when the doubling rate is 5 people get it, then 10 people get it, then 20 people get it, but it's to the point where 500 people get it, then it goes to 1,000 the next day. Like when it doubles like that, that's when it becomes an issue. And so there's this one website I go to called worldmeters.info. And I've been like, it's crazy because I'm so interested in it, and it's something that, and I'm going to share it here. It's something that I track. But if you look at the US right now, it says there are over 3,000 cases, and today is what, March 15th. Do you know how many cases there were on March 1st? Can you guess how many cases there were March 1st?
Probably 49.
Wow, that's actually really close. So if you look here, on March 1st, there were 75. And look at how this doubling rate just March 15th, you know, and this is March 14th at 2,900, but like not even in 2 weeks, it goes from 70 and 75 to almost 3,000. And we're not even talking about how many people are walking around who have it, who don't know they have it. That's the scary thing. Is
this also a disease? Is this a disease known to be you could be a carrier but not be sick?
Mm-hmm. Well, and so, I
haven't heard that yet.
So what's interesting is what I've been learning is what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop this curve from doing this, right? They're trying to flatten the curve. That's why they keep canceling stuff. That's why they're restricting flights, because they're trying to stop the curve from going up, and they want it to flatten out. And so if you look at I think there's a thing where you can look.
Those also watches on deals right there. No.
Yeah, you can see what I've been like looking at. If you can go pick different countries here. So like if you look at China, you can see this curve is not. See, you see how this curve is flattening, right? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to flatten that curve out. But they say that like a country like us in the US, we're far behind. We didn't prep for it. I think we're taking it. We're not taking it as serious as we should have been. So like if you see Italy, well, I thought Italy was starting to curve that, but I guess they're not.
No, they're not. No, they're in the bad way.
21,000. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Check
not.
out some of the comments in there real quick
Yeah,
again.
sure. Hey, I see George is in here.
Yeah.
Morning, George. Welcome to the stream. The old timer had a late night messing with tech stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So let's see here.
George says also, he says he's learning more about Roku with was built into his TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, those are the things. This is a great time for everybody to go get their phones and go and try new things that are on their phones, other apps. See, there's other shortcuts. There are other things. You know, it's just not there. It's just to go play Words with Friends all the time. Sorry, Mom. Anyway, Rob Pouncey's in there. He's saying RP3. He says
Yeah.
my wife is a college professor, and she's been told to switch most of her course load over to online.
Yeah, and so a lot of people I know, even the guy, so like in the news org I work with, one of them goes to school, and yeah, it's canceled indefinitely. Everything has been switched over to online, and it looks like I, it's I don't know. It's weird. It's such a weird time to be in because I think for most people, like this nothing like this has happened in our lifetime.
I got to ask Rob. I believe in Rob. Please correct me. I know you work in the automotive industry, and I thought are you an assembly line worker? And if so, do they close? Are they considering shutting down the assembly line because you guys are in an enclosed environment? He also writes says here his wife, she's been an ICU nurse for over 18 years. She recommend to upload on the
load up on
cold ease vitamin C, high zinc content in the Colsey could help you.
Yeah, I think people are trying everything. There was talks about going into the sauna, and they're saying you can kill the virus in the sauna because it's too hot for the virus to live in. But they talked about that on Joe Rogan, and it was a disease expert who does nothing but focuses on these kind of epidemics and how to stop them and why they start and all that kind of stuff. And he debunked that really quick. He's like, no, that's not going to kill it. Like once you get it, you get it. Because I think somebody at the family party I had yesterday, they were saying, well, when the warm weather hits, it's going to slow down because it can't survive.
Yeah, I heard that too.
It can't survive over 77 degrees, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. I really don't know if that, like, where did that come from? Who discovered that at a certain degree?
All the people are stuck at home.
And just
on Twitter or Snapchat or Instagram, you know, they're their own experts.
You know what's also funny about it is, funny is not the right word here, but a lot of people use social media to make light of it, right? They make memes, they make like small jokes, and I get it because it is a serious thing, and sometimes you just gotta like kind of make light of the issue because it's like it's such a serious thing, and it can get people to stress out and to panic, and sometimes we just need that like little lightheartedness to kind of alleviate that stress.
Well, it's in human nature to have to be, you know, a little bit of laughing or have a laugh.
You want to know what's weird is there were maybe at the end of the family party yesterday, there were maybe 10 to 12 of us, and every time somebody coughed or sneezed, we're like, oh my god, like, it's too late. We've all been in the same room together now for the last couple of hours. We all have it.
There were friends of my mom's, or friends of mom in the family that I think they actually had a corona party virus. They all came in with wipes and hand sanitizer and toilet paper, you know, and of course booze. So, you know, I don't know if I'll talk about booze over here in Pennsylvania. They're supposedly closing all the state liquor stores, and they had to rush. They had to rush everybody when word came out. Everybody rushed to the liquor stores to go get their booze before they closed. I think they closed today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, yesterday evening, I went to get bubble tea. It's like one of my favorite things to get. And I went to get bubble tea, and
what bubble tea?
bubble tea, boba. Do you know boba?
No.
It's like a Asian kind of like it's popular in Asia, but you
Oh,
can
okay.
get like a fruit drink and they put like little tapioca balls in it. You've
See, I'm
never
in
had
another
one?
country. It's called South Jersey. We don't,
No, there
we
has to
cross
be
the Delaware
no, no,
River, then
no,
it becomes
no,
the
no, no.
United States
There
again.
has to be boba tea places in Jersey. You probably just haven't.
Mm.
Anyway, so I went to
Go
this
ahead.
place. Yeah, and it's a place I typically go to get a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a sign on the door that says, "Hey, today is our last day. We're closing because of COVID-19, and we'll let you know when we're going to open up again." So when I went in there, they had closed. It's a cafe, right? It's kind of like a coffee shop or whatever, and they closed part of it down, and you could just walk in there to order. And everything else was like blocked off. You just get your order and go. They don't want you to hang out there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So it's just it's such a weird thing.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
So
the other thing that got me also scratching my head is wait a minute, I'm busting on a wheel.
well, actually, yeah. If you see here, Brian said there are some cases in South America, and I'm assuming in South America the weather is a lot warmer than it is here. He says heat won't work completely. So
Check out that comment that let's see,
what's that?
RP3. Yeah, he's a team leader over at
Mhm.
Ford. He said, mentioned that the white collar
Yeah, they
workers
told
to
the white
work from
collar
home.
to work from home. He said most of the guys on the line still need to report, but a worker in the engine plant has been diagnosed with it. The union and the company, they're trying to negotiate some kind of package, but Ford is putting profits ahead of its workers. See, this is me again going political and saying we do not care. A lot of these big companies do not care about their people. Actually, something I talked about, Mike, on TNT Joe-Fi was Apple. And I was actually very surprised that Apple is giving people unlimited sick time. If they feel like they have something, they don't even need a doctor's note. They just call in.
Well, they
And
closed the stores and they were paying their people. You know what I
oh,
mean?
I didn't know that. There,
Oh,
so
you
they
didn't know that? Yeah, they
no,
closed the stores. They
that,
closed the stores. Supposedly, Tim Cook was calling, I guess we can call the store managers to
mhm.
personally say, hey, look, to talk to them. And they decided to close the stores and they're getting paid. So,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
props to Apple for, doing the right thing, so yeah, that, and then Ford should follow their lead.
I think I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think a recession is coming. Like
Oh yeah.
people, it's been in talks for a while. What the stock again? I don't care about the stock market, but I do look at it because you see it dropping. I mean, it's down. What
Oh yeah,
was it?
well, this virus is like the last thing that kind of, I think, yeah,
Well,
I
because things were already not looking good, and then now like this has just halted
we're just
so
borrowing,
much.
we're borrowing and borrowing, and we're putting too much credit on stuff that we don't have. The financial world don't have the money to pay for.
Hey, well, we always have money for a new fighter jet. So
Yeah. RP says, he says, my daughter works for Apple.
and they close the stores and will pay them while at home. That's
Oh,
great. If you have a current product in the pipeline, you'll be allowed to come in to pick up your laptop or replacement. That is it makes me happy to hear that.
mhm.
It makes me happy to hear that a company is actually doing something to make sure that their workers are still being paid properly. That they're
I've gotten emails from a Gazelle, which is
Mhm.
a you can sell your phones or buy phones, products,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
they
awesome.
actually send an email reassuring that their stuff is clean, thoroughly, not just tested but clean. They're working in clean environments, wearing gloves and all, and everything's been. I found out it was like pretty impressive to take a moment instead of the standard letter of saying we're doing these and we're doing that. I got everybody. I think everybody should have gotten a letter. I got it from Best Buy to the local grocery store company. It's called ShopRite out here. So
Yeah, and okay, so you know what's also interesting about getting people together is I just hear, and this is something we were just talking about earlier, is you just hear different facts about what this virus is or how it works. But the thing that they discussed yesterday was that I don't know if you know this or if this is true or not, because again, when they told me this, I just shrugged my shoulders. I'm like, really? They said that it'll live on metal surfaces for like 4 days. And then they said, be careful when you get Amazon boxes because it lives on cardboard for a week. But
Yeah.
I don't, how are they testing this? Do they know this for sure? I don't know.
I'm what I, and funny you mentioned about Amazon. My niece works for Amazon distribution center not far from here. And there's a, if my brother's here, there's chatter. He hates that word. There's chatter that they're considering closing some of the distribution centers because some of the products that rolled in were from China. They're actually considering closing some of them down.
But man, just to think that the virus is living in the cardboard for 7 days. It's just, I guess I'm having a hard time fathoming that that's an actual thing. But I mean, if it is, it is. Like that's crazy.
Well, you know what? But on the other hand, that curve that you were talking about and trying to flatten out, they're throwing everything at it. They're throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it seems a little extreme, look, we're being extreme. We're buying toilet paper for the end of that will last us for the next 20 freaking years. You want to talk about stocks? I'll be buying stock in those paper companies. Okay.
That's what I would say.
Okay. Whoever makes Perel and all those hand sanitizers, you know, that's where you should stick your money in for now, or you're too late now. Actually, the hype is over. So, but you know, the other thing was I wanted to discuss was about is how these internet companies magically are taking off data caps. They're saying, you know, we're going to forego late payments. We're not going to shut off your phones that you can't because you can't, you know, can't make it. You can't work. And it kind of made me moment. And I happen to throw out, I don't know if you saw the video that I chopped up from issue 7, Adam talking about the net neutrality and how it proves. You want to talk about greed? We were talking about greed earlier on the phones. It proves the greed that these companies have because they're taking the data caps off. They're letting people not be able, you know, to who can't pay their bill on time, not to turn off their service. It proves that these companies can exist. Oh, and they don't need to have these, like, as my brother put it so eloquently, you're sipping through a straw and you're sucking up that in this case, chocolate milkshake. and then they switch and give you that little tiny straw that you use for coffee stirrer. Yep. Okay. You know what I mean? It proves that they can do it. They can live with that. It ain't hurting the system. They're, you know, I have not experienced you've yet to hear. I mean, we've heard everything under the sun in the socials about this problem, that problem, that problem. Yet we never heard anybody saying my internet became slow. I can't make phone calls. I can't see my TV shows. Right. The internet is still working to this day, magically. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's that's a great point. That's I didn't even think about it that way, and that's great to bring that up because it is.
Can you imagine if the internet took a dump in this crisis right now?
That's where there would be panic. There would be panic then after that. Yeah.
I mean, we had panic in the stores. Now you can imagine people would be jumping out their windows. If their internet slowed down, they couldn't play Words with Friends. The world would be going out of the United States would be going out of its mind.
If the internet didn't work or if the cell towers were down, that's when people would say there's a problem.
Because, you know, because of so many people. Yeah. Obviously, it works. And we have apparently, I guess we have
the infrastructure to make it work. Okay?
But when, you know, it's obvious that it's there. So why not when there's no crisis? You know what I mean? What's up with that? You know, I get it. There's something's going to break once in a while. Everything wears out. Okay. In my years of playing with tech and having internet in the house, I think I only, was it just recently phone service about a year ago, T-Mobile went down in my area, that was the first time. And I think Verizon for my IP provider, my home internet, it went down in a 10 plus years. I had Verizon. I only went down once.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah. I don't know. You know, that's it's a great point.
It's interesting to see what goes on from here. As far as what are people doing? Who's going to be? You're talking about a recession, who's going to be the winner of all this?
Rich
I
people.
think there's going to be a winner and there's going to be losers.
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
it's
And
funny
then
because
certain things people are going to take advantage of, or companies that took advantage of the situation. What came to my mind was that's why I brought up Stadia. Great opportunity. There's a lot of people I'm coming across. A lot of people are playing games, online games, and I hear a lot of talk about Xbox and PS, PlayStation. That's the only two I keep on hearing. People playing online gaming, but yet Stadia doesn't do poop.
no, I don't. It's funny because I forgot about Stadia. I forgot about it. I forgot it was a thing.
And that's why I said in the comments. I said, here's what it's going to be. Stadia just comes to mind soon. Another failed service from Google, because eventually they're going to wind up killing it. You know that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's going to eventually happen, and that's why I think everybody's scared to put their money into it anyway.
That's why I wasn't excited about it, because I was like, this isn't going to go
Are
anywhere.
you a gamer?
I build my own PCs, so I play my own games like on the PCs that I build. But I've owned an Xbox. I had the newest one, and like I like to play games here and there. But when I saw Stadia come out, I wasn't even interested, because I just knew it was a Google product that probably wasn't going to go anywhere. I didn't think they were going to get the backing anyway from developers to make games on it. So.
RP saying here, going back about your metal, the germs on the metal. It said, yeah, it's true. Stainless steel.
I see it here. Plastic 2 to 3 days and cash money 3 days. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh God, I forget her name. Mentioned about don't use your dirty credit cards. You use tap to pay. I was like, yes, Samsung Pay for the win. Yeah, exactly. Again, another thing that people don't use, I think I personally feel a sizable amount of people don't use. Another thing you could try out while you're sneaking out. You're supposed to be quarantined. You're out to go buy a roll of toilet paper. If there's a little one left, tap to pay. Okay.
There you go.
So,
okay. Do you wanna move on to like this
number
story?
Yeah, we're doing number 3.
Want to do number 3? Oh yeah, of course. We got to do number 3.
Deal of the week.
Oh, there's a YouTube video for this? Did you want me to play this?
Oh no.
What is the YouTube video?
If you want to share that link, okay. Our friend Will, which by the way, he's got over 100 subscribers now. Woo!
Oh, congrats, Will.
So he got a little gutsy one night, and he took a segment of our Friday night tech talk show.
Oh, I see it here.
Yeah, and I was just klutzing around trying to figure out how to place an order for.
I'm just gonna share it over here just to.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. It's not, the audio's not on.
Yeah.
Right now. So what is this about?
Look how fancy you got. You got the black and white. The old.
Yeah, what is going on here?
He's trying one of those things out in the I guess one of those like Instagram has a different color,
like different filters. Yeah,
filters. Yes, he was getting fancy. Look at him.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I like it.
That's me trying to order the deal of the week. The deal of the week: Pixel 3a XL,
Pixel 3a XL.
And a case. Best Buy open box, $352.91.
Can I pull that up on Best Buy? Is that going to show? Oh, so I see it here.
Where?
Oh no, I was looking at this comment here. No, never mind. It was a 3A XL. They're talking about Swappa. So if I go to Best Buy,
another outlet to get good quality phones, and knowing that first off, buying from Best Buy, I have zero problems buying open box goods. They do offer refurbished. They do offer in 2 different levels: open box excellent, sometimes open box fair. Prices will vary to a point, but the deals are great there to get a flagship phone, or in this case, a mid-range phone, like I'm getting here. That is not full price.
This one I'm seeing is a Geek Squad certified refurbished Pixel 3a XL, but this one's going for $379. But you said you saw one that came with a case?
No, I bought the case.
Oh, wait. Oh, you bought one.
I bought the 3XL and an open box Google case to go with it.
I see. I see. Okay.
352 and change.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
George, your experience made the show Friday night.
What is that?
Okay.
Yeah, I missed the show. I wasn't around. So.
I was like trying to get it. I couldn't. Will's telling me, look here. I'm like going, where is the look? When you look up the listing, you got to go all the way down and you'll see buying options at the bottom. They're different things. They're different specifications, this, that, and the other. And one of the things with buying options, you click on buying options, and this is on my desktop. I'm using my computer here to look at it, and you hit buying options, and you'll see the different buying options if it's available in those options.
I see.
So this phone's for somebody in the family. I'm not going to say because she might be watching. So yeah, I couldn't pass it up. I couldn't pay because I kept on asking the guys what to get and what their thoughts on, and I had a hard time looking at anything else because my mom just discovered screen share or screen call. It's screen call on Google Pixel.
Yeah,
because she has the OG, she has the original one.
Wow,
and it's starting to show its age. Yeah. Mike, tell him how to do it. Well, I just did. I thought I did. Hopefully, I did it right.
What, to how to find the deal on Best Buy or something, or what do you mean?
Well, I pick out the item. Let me see.
What are you going to go through the process right now?
Let me look at S10. Let me look at an S10 unlocked. Actually, you know what? Yeah, here. Can I screen share?
I don't know if you can.
Oh, I can. It says I can. Wait a minute.
Try it.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. S10 unlocked. I'm gonna go here. And is it sharing? I can't see.
Oh, here you go. Add to stream. There we go. Yeah. So now you're sharing.
So I'm gonna. Okay, am I sharing right now?
Yeah, I can see it right now.
So I'm gonna click here. And
Will says he's gonna be there for a while, Jerome.
Shut up. Now look, shut up. I'm going to go over it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go breathe on you.
Even Six says, LOL, be patient, Jerome.
So look where my pointer is. See right there?
Yeah.
See where it says open box? That's what you're looking for. But sometimes it doesn't show it. Sometimes it doesn't show it. So you scroll down here, scroll, and see where it says buying options?
Yeah.
I'm going to click on that. And then it's going to show you your buying options. You get it for that price. You get it here, open box, excellent. Sometimes they have satisfactory. They say find a store. You might have one in the area. And then you have refurbished.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now look at this. This is an regular S10. $561.99.
Huh.
Open box. And literally that's all it is. They're going to make sure that it's not, been, scratched or beat up or anyway. It wouldn't make the grade if you, you know what I'm saying. What's this one? 530. Why is this one so much cheaper?
Brian says Jerome doesn't tolerate lag. And I'm like,
no, you don't.
No, I don't. I'm like watching you. I'm like, you better do this right, Mike.
Oh.
You're fine. You're fine.
Oh, Glenn Burney. Ooh, what the hell is Glenn Burney? I've heard that before.
George says here, tune in next week to watch Mike complete his purchase.
Real funny guy.
Wow, they're really giving it to you, Mike.
Real funny. Seinfeld theme music. Hey, who needs to watch Netflix? Just come and watch Mike place an order for a phone, okay?
Oh my god.
Yeah. And what was the other thing was holding me up was my computer hasn't probably shut down over a month. I haven't shut it down. I still kept it going, kept it open, and it was just fussing at me, and I could not change the address because I wanted it shipped to my place at work because I would have gotten free and it would have came to me. It would have gotten to me.
That's a really good deal. Actually, it's a great way to explain open box stuff, especially if you're not using Swappa and you want something a little more secure. I guess secure isn't the right word, but like Best Buy is a known site, right? A known store or whatever, and you can go return it or whatever if you're not happy with it.
You still get all the bells and whistles. That's how I got my iPad. my iPad right now. I got a 128 gig iPad for, I forget, it was like $400.
Wow.
I think it was $100 off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Brian says here, Mike's got the bubble tea in the cart. You know, it's so weird that you don't know what bubble tea is. Part of me wants to like film you reacting to your first bubble tea experience. It's like, how have you not had bubble tea?
Well, there's a bubble tea place at our local mall.
Of course, Will should know. I'm assuming Will's had bubble tea before. I'm surprised you've never had one.
No.
Wow.
No. So yeah, deal of the week. Check out open box stuff, Best Buy to start off with, and then B&H has a good selection. What they don't call it all the time open box, they call it used. Sometimes used is a grade 10, which is, I mean, I've gotten open box or used stuff that it's obviously it was an open box. They ain't buying it. You know what I mean? So
no, I never tried. You've never tried bubble tea, dude? What? How? You guys need to go out more. I mean, maybe not now, but you know, because Will even said they had it at the local mall. It's closed. I don't know if it's because it's closed because of coronavirus or whatever.
Yeah,
but
did they close the Deptford Mall? Will, let me know. I'm curious.
So what do you want to do here, Mike? You want to do this last thing, or you want to kind of call it? We've gone over our hour here, so
yeah. The other one was I was just trying to see, just in case, you know, nothing. I can save it for next week.
Yeah, let's kind of save it for next week. I gotta.
It isn't like here and now, like how Corona is right now. So
yeah, no, fair enough.
For next week, we'll definitely put it in the mix.
Sounds good. Yeah. Okay, guys. So we're probably gonna call it here. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for joining us.
Oh my God, I forgot.
What?
Super chat is wide open. How can I forget?
Mike, it's fine.
Wide open because it's under his account.
Guys, thank you, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by this morning. Thanks for
just Patreon too. He does Patreon also.
Okay. Yes, guys. Here's the thing that I should have said too is feel like this video if you haven't. I always hear that liking these videos help the algorithm. I feel like at this point YouTube just does not care about my algorithm. So but
John Redinger mentioned about the YouTube's all jacked up right now too.
Yeah, but again, feel free to like and share and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, if you're new. You know, me and Mike, we do this every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Some days I have a hard time waking up in the morning, but I'm still trying. Brian with the super chat. I see it right here. Brian, I got you, Jerome. Bubble tea fund, low sugar only. Actually, I just had the story about the low sugar thing, and my cousins thought it was so funny. So I was in San Diego and I was getting bubble tea, and I don't know why I didn't know about the sugar thing. So this is how it works, Mike. When you order a bubble tea, you can get like different flavors or whatever. And when I ordered a bubble tea, they asked me, they're like, "Well, what sugar do you want?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Do you want 0%, 50% sugar, or 100% sugar?" And I'm like, "Well, I want 100% sugar. Why are you going to skimp on the sugar for me? Like, I'm paying." But yeah, I mean, I guess you can get it with no added sugar. It's just the fruits and whatever. But but yeah, so
well, that's smart because then some of those fruits got plenty of sweetener going on.
So it's kinda, so I get it now. But yes, Brian, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Again, Brian is like the number one supporter. This guy is like everywhere, and I'm very thankful. So
thank you for coming by Friday Night Tech Talk too, Brian.
There you go. So thanks so much for supporting us. It means a lot to me. I'm sure it means a lot to Mike and the rest of the crew. So again, thank you. But yeah, guys, again, thanks so much. If you guys haven't already, I'm also very active on Instagram and on Twitter at Phone Jerome. So feel free to check that out. I do have a Patreon that I keep saying I'm going to work on, and then but you can check that out too, patreon.com/Phone Jerome. At this point, I'm going to push it over to Mike. So again, also feel free to check Mike out. And Mike, you want to give them your socials? And
I'm at Twitter most of the time. As you see the handle there at your device, hit me up there, start the conversation. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're thinking. What are you doing right now? Because you're being quarantined at home. And you're also, you discover anything new. Like I said, always pick up your phone. You can't break it. Always discover something on there. There's something new that you don't even know about. I try to do videos, but no, I'm not doing them. I don't know. I'm missing opportunities. But anyway, I try for live streaming. Playing around at Twitch. I might be working if I have another good week like I had last week. Maybe get around to setting up something on Twitch.
There you go.
And yeah, simply your device. You like today's video, give it a thumbs up. You don't like today's video, which I think everybody likes to give it, so give it a thumbs up. If you don't like today's video, don't give it a thumbs down. Start the conversation. Tell us why in the bottom in the comments. And I will see you guys on Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you guys soon. So again, thank you guys so much. This is where I hit the end broadcast button, and there's going to be maybe a little awkward silence because I don't have an outro. No, I did have an outro. I just forgot to. I should maybe. It's too late. No, it's going to take too much time. I can hum you an outro, but let's just end the broadcast here. So again, guys, thank you so much for joining. I will be hosting TNT Joe-Fi on Tuesdays, usually at 9 a.m. Eastern, but it might not be at 9 a.m. Eastern because I don't know about me waking up in the morning, but I'll let you guys know. So, all right, guys, I will see you soon. Mike and I will both see you soon. All right, guys, have a good one. Awkward silence is coming.